Hello YouTube, how are we doing? Andy P here with another video. I'm going to do a bit of a week in the life, I think, if I remember to film every day, which is usually the case with us guys. We forget we forget to do things. Just a bit of a report on last week. It's the 29th of January. Sorry, it's the 30th of January. I do apologise. It's Monday. It's just, 14 minutes past 12. And we've just done a little job from Hyde to Sheffield for James at Freddie Fletcher. So thanks, James, for the job. Appreciate it. Nice little run on a Monday morning over the tops, bit of sunshine's out. Yeah, start the week slowly. I wasn't going to do a lot today. I did a lot last week, and just wanted to potter about a bit probably today. There's a couple of jobs that I probably would have normally bidded on, to be honest. There was one going from Rochdale, quite close to where I was today this morning, but it's going to Swansea. Now, last week I put in quite a lot of miles and did a lot of hours, plus I was working over the week, well, not doing this but working over the weekend, so a busy weekend. So yeah, start off slowly for me, I think. Just on last week, now I really don't want to sugarcoat anything in January, because it's tough and it's difficult to get work, and but I had a good week last week. I had a really good week. In fact, it was my best ever week on the CX. Now you might be thinking, well, it's January, everyone seems to be struggling, how come you've had a really good week? You're best ever on the CX. You've got to remember, I am now in the long wheelbase, so I'm charging more money. So if I'd charged what I would have charged short wheelbase jobs, then I wouldn't have been near my target. But it's that extra income I can take basically from being in a bigger van. I can charge more, and it's probably the first full week I've done in the big van since I got it. I got it early December, and then it was a bit hit and miss in December going up to Christmas, just because of I didn't do 4 weeks and stuff and had things on. And then as we go into January, obviously you get through the new year, and I had my birthday, so I had some time off for that. Last week was my first full week. The week before I'd done 4 days, and I just didn't work the Friday, and that weren't a bad week, to be honest. But again, it's to do with what I can charge now compared to what I could charge before. So we'll give you a bit of a rundown from the Bible. So Monday last week, 23rd, I did Blackburn to Chadderton for a local shipper, just a small job. And then I went from Haywood to Milton Keynes. And I took that job quite late on. And I wouldn't normally have done that, but I just felt like I needed to boost my money, really. So I did it, and then I got a bit lucky on the way back, because I got a small job from Derby to Bradford, which finished off my day, paid for my fuel. Really good day on the Monday. On Tuesday the 24th, we did Leeds to Hereford. That was just one job on the day. Got decent rate for that, but didn't get anything back at all. So quite a lot of dead miles on the way home. And then on Wednesday, I did Chadderton to Leicester. Now, I'd actually picked this up on the Tuesday evening on the way home at about, 8 o'clock at night. And this had to be in Leicester for 6 o'clock the next day. So the Wednesday the 25th, it was quite, well, it was a really early start. I was up at 3 o'clock. And then, unfortunately, I just could not get anything back from Leicester. I waited for quite a while. I was knocking about for about 3 hours. I even went and washed the van at one point. And it weren't that there wasn't work. It's just that it wasn't going anywhere where I wanted to go. Now, those of you who watch the channel will know I don't tramp out. So I did want to get towards home. was a lot of jobs going sideways and down south, but I didn't want to do that really. Because I'd been up so early, I really wanted to make sure I got back. And then there's the other thing, isn't there, around, you know, if you've been up since 3 o'clock, you've been driving from 3:30. It's a lot of hours driving, and if you're going to get tired, that's when it becomes dangerous. So, in my opinion, it's not the best thing to do. So I just got home that day, and then Thursday we had a really good day. Just 2 jobs. We did Bradford to Hull. Hull, notorious for being a place where you struggle getting out of, but I got a job out, and I got from Hull to Barrow-in-Furness, which paid really well. That was actually a small van job. But it stated on that it paid 230 quid, so it's like 121 a mile. So you're in long wheelbase territory there anyway. And that was just some equipment going from Siemens going up to Barrow, to like one of the wind farm places. And then Friday we just did one job, another Chadderton to Leicester, funnily enough. And again, I didn't get anything back, but finished a bit early on Friday. Because obviously I work on Friday night. So that was last week. So really good week. I had my best ever week. But like I said, January is a tough month, and all the other guys out there will be telling you how tough it is. And it's strange, because it's not that there's not work, because there is work. Seems to be a lot more small van stuff than long wheelbase van jobs. So them guys seem to be whizzing around and doing okay. But obviously the rate is a little bit lower than it normally would be, and yeah, it just gets a bit frustrating sometimes when you're bidding on jobs. You just can't seem to get anywhere. But hey ho. So Monday the 30th of January, we'll try and do a video every day, and let's see how we get on. Catch you in a bit. Hello again. So we're still on Monday, and we're on the second job of the day. And I got a job from Barnsley going up to, well, it said Haywood originally, but when I've actually got the job through, it's actually going to Shaw, which is very close to my house. So this will be the last job today, because I'm literally going to be 5 minutes away from home. So there's no point in, you know, when you've done a job out and a job back, virtually no dead miles today. And we're never going to do a lot anyway today, so I'm quite happy to finish today and do something a little bit more adventurous tomorrow. Fingers crossed if I can get a job. See you in a bit. Morning. It's Tuesday the 31st of January, and it is 8:25. We've just picked up. So got a phone call last night off one of my local shippers, asking if I could do a job from Chadderton up to Carlisle and back to Chadderton again. So it's a short wheelbase van job, this, probably small van job actually. So it's not paying me a long wheelbase rate, but it's about building relationships, isn't it? It's a shipper that I work for quite a bit. He trusts me to do the work, and you know, look after each other, I suppose. He's not ripped me off, it's still good money. So that's what we're up to today. Got a bit of company today. Say hello to Roy.
Hi, alright.
My uncle, he's coming for the ride. So going on a long journey to Carlisle, it's good to have a bit of company, isn't it? Right, let's see how we get on. So it's Tuesday afternoon, and as you can see, we're at home. It's you know what, that job went up to Carlisle today and then back to Chadderton. So a little bit like yesterday, we weren't far from home. So is it worth going out again? Maybe, maybe not. Had a good week last week, like I said, so I'm quite happy to take the hit today. And it is the last day of the month, of course, so although I've not got a lot left to do, it's a good chance just to do the last bit of admin for the month. Had a few payments today, and sorted out the few invoices that I've got to send, so I'll get that done. Plus, got a bit of an issue with non-payer, which I'll probably do a separate video on, which may be out before this one, so keep an eye out for that. Catch you later. Good morning. It is Wednesday and we are now into February. Happy days. That month's gone a bit quick, hasn't it? Hopefully starts, everything starts picking up and that soon. So it is just after 12 o'clock. So probably any of you got kids, may be aware that today is the day that a lot of schools are closed because of strikes. And that was the case for my daughter today. So had to be a bit of a slow start. I had her this morning when my wife worked, and then my eldest daughter's turned up now to keep an eye on her. So yeah, slow start. And I've cocked up big time. So it just goes to show, doesn't it? Experience and whatnot counts for nothing. So I started looking at work this morning, see what I could fit in, what there was, see if there were any jobs for a little bit later. And there weren't a lot knocking about, to be honest. So I did have a couple of bids in though. Interestingly, I had a bid in for the same job, 2 different shippers going from Burnley down to just south of Birmingham somewhere. I didn't get it. And then I had another job that I bidded on. Didn't get that. That was down to Leicester, I think. Because I've got to be back at a reasonable time, so I can't venture too far away because I've got to take my daughter on later tonight. So I was looking around, and there was 2 bids that I was looking at, and one was a small wheelbase van job going from Warrington to Scarborough. Which paid £90, and there was also another job on there going from Mould, I think it was, to Scarborough, which is just off the M62. So, and that were medium wheelbase. Now there weren't a massive time limit on that one, so it needed to be picked up before 6 o'clock, and it could actually be delivered up to the 4th of February. So I thought, oh, now wouldn't it be good if I could bob over to Warrington and get that small job and pick up 2 pallets of this other job and do both jobs together, so-called load. But obviously you needed one without the other probably wouldn't have worked. So I bidded on the small van job first because that was in Warrington. Bidded on that, took a while to get back to me, but got back to me. Yeah, no worries, you've got that, fantastic. Went on the feed, and I'd forgot to save the job, and it had gone off the feed. So I don't think it's been sold, it's not been reposted, but I've not got it. So I'm now in a long wheelbase going to Scarborough. Not brilliant money. Having said that, and the chance of getting anything back from Scarborough, by the way, virtually 0. But both of them together, 90 quid each, £180, it would have paid for it. But the other one's gone off. So, my bad. I didn't save it. I missed out on the opportunity. So I picked up in Warrington. I have a bit of a pig to find this place. There's a lot of little units knocking about in Warrington, just off Westbrook area at Junction 9. And this one's like hidden behind other buildings, and it's just a bit of a pig to find. So got it picked up. It is just a small pallet, and it looks like I'm going to Scarborough for not a lot of money. Frustrating, but anyway, off we go. Hi, me again. Just about to set off. Just to clarify, obviously we're looking at bidding to 2 jobs. It's obviously called loading, which is frowned upon very much on the CX. Now I don't do it. I try not to do it. I have done it, but it's hugely important that you got permission. So when I did bid for this job that I got, the Warrington one, I did put on the notes that picking up other pallet going to Scarborough. And when they rung me and spoke to me, I did say, did you see the notes? And they asked me what I was picking up, and I said, just picking up a couple of pallets. And he said to me, yeah, that's absolutely fine. I can't stress enough, you've got to get permission, because you know what, if I bidded for both jobs and he said no, absolutely not, you can't do it, then I probably would have turned around and said, well, it's not worth me doing then. But obviously I cocked up. I've not even spoke to the other people about picking up the other pallet. So just to clarify, co-loading, it is allowed, got to get permission. Here we go. Greetings. We are in sunny Scarborough, and we've done that job, and what a pig it was. So not only has the pickup been a bit of a pain because I struggled finding it because it was behind another building, this one had a name on for it, and the company's not called that anymore. It's called something completely different. So luckily there was a number on it. I've had to ring the customer and I said, listen, I'm trying to find you, I'm struggling to find you. And they said, yes, we've changed our name, and they told us exactly where I were. As soon as they told me the name, dead easy to find because I was literally opposite it. But it just, the information given, it might not have been from the shipper, it might have been from their customer, but the address was actually right, but the company name was wrong. So how do they expect me to find it? Anyway, we are sat on Morrison's car park, which is just round the corner from it. I'm just going to get some fuel because I've only got about half a tank left, so fill up while I'm here, might as well. And then we're going to set off because the feed is absolutely dead. There is not one job on there, which I expected from Scarborough. On the way over, there are a few bits of jobs bobbing up, but nothing from over this way whatsoever. It was all from Leeds, where I'd already passed from. So this is Wednesday. I'm going to fill up, set off back towards home. If we pick up another job, you'll see another clip after this video. If not, I'll see you tomorrow. Morning everyone, it's Thursday morning. Daughter's dropped off at school now. It's what, 10 to 9, and it's time to see if we can get some work. Feed's been so-so this morning. It's hot patches and not so hot patches, I'd say. There's a load of jobs come through at once and then nothing at all, so let's see how we get on. So finally, Thursday the 2nd February, and we're out and about. So we've got a job, it's 12 minutes past 11 now, so really late out. The feed was a pain this morning, bidded on a few things, but it was ridiculously hard work to get work this morning, and I think all the other lads have struggled as well, to be honest. So anyway, got a job going down to Wellingborough. See how we get on, I suppose. Hello again. Well, delivery complete. Just got out to stretch the old legs. 2.5 to 3 hours in a van is takes its toll, and it hurts a bit after a while. So I thought I'd just get out and just stretch my legs a little bit. So we're down near Northampton, sure. Well, we're in Northamptonshire, and not too sure if we're going to get a job back. There are a few little bits on the feed, but nothing going anywhere near where I want to be. So we'll hang fire and see what happens. Good news is though, we've got a job booked in for tomorrow. We're going from Chadderton down to Oxford. That's a pick up at 8 o'clock, so should get us there for what, 9, 10, 11, probably just after 11 o'clock. So then hopefully get a job back. So that's boosted the week, to be fair. It was nowhere near as good as last week, but I can get a job back today, anywhere back to the northwest, and then do that job tomorrow, and one back from that, then it'll be a good week. So there we go. Good morning. We've made it. It's Friday, and we've just picked up in Chadderton. It's 8:10, and we're just about to set off to go to Oxford. So over a 3-hour journey for this one. I'm hoping the M6's not going to be too bad when I get down to it. But yeah, didn't get anything back yesterday, so a lot of dead miles. And you know what, I think that's the thing, speaking to some of the lads recently, that's been a bit frustrating. The dead miles is a bit annoying. So you're in that situation, you're scrapping around a little bit from work, you're probably not getting the prices you would normally get this time of year, for this time of year. Well, you know what I mean. Before Christmas, prices were decent, where they've gone down a bit now. And then when you do get work, you seem to be getting out there, but you're struggling getting back. So it is what it is. We've got money in the bank for this week. I'm in that situation now where I have a target, a weekly target that I want to hit, and I'm not going to hit that this week. But I also have a minimum target, and I'm 40 quid off that, so I could really do with a job back. But I mean, it is Friday. Fridays can be a little bit different, a little bit busier. Hopefully get down there in a decent time, and then about lunchtime look to get something back up this way. That'd be ideal. Anyway, better get going. Hello and welcome back. So it's 25 to 4. We're on the M6. We've just picked up a job for a drop off in Huddersfield on Monday morning. So not bad money on it. Cheaper than probably normal if you were bidding on it, but it's a get home job. So the beauty about this is now that I get to drive home, I don't have to worry about dropping it off, and we'll do it on Monday morning. Time for a roundup. Well, another week completed. January's done, and we're off into February now. So let's hope things start to improve and get better. The week has been up and down, I would say. So, you know, money wise it's been decent, but having said that, that last job that I picked up to drop off on Monday is the one that's making it a decent week, and realistically that's going to invoice next week, but I've put it into this week's sales because I've virtually done the job and it makes the figures look a little bit better. And plus it's been dropped off at 8 o'clock on Monday, so realistically I'm free from 8 o'clock. Hopefully we'll pick something up early on Monday once that's delivered, and next week we can start and do it better. So I said last week, you know, I'd had my best ever week, and that's in a January month, but I can't stress enough, it's been difficult. It's been like pulling teeth at times, and if I'm totally honest, when I look back and review the last few weeks, if it wasn't for me, I'm the shipper that puts work my way on a regular basis, I would have struggled, because the feeling is you'll get jobs to go out, but trying to get back home is really difficult. And it has to be said, the dead miles have piled up. So, you know, you're spending money rather than making it, to be honest. But again, from my point of view, because I'm in the new size van, the earning potential is a bit better. So that's helped boost it up. So I'm fortunate in that respect. Just wanted to talk to you as well around, especially if you're new to it and you've never done a January before, it's really, really important that you put money to one side for the quiet months. And you know what, January is always a quiet month, and going into February will be as well. And again, there's work out there, but it's if you find that you're lucky with it. And some of the guys I've spoken to have been lucky with it. There's been days they've been lucky, days they've not been, and I've done okay. Put some money to one side. Now my circumstances are that financially at the moment, the business as a whole is tight on money. And the reason for that mainly is because there's a few things. I was talking to John, Tall Man Small Van, go and check out his channel, yesterday, and he was saying that he'd had really good months in November and December, and it only just dawned on me that actually my first full month, my last full month, was actually September. And the reason for that is because the end of October, I took my wife away on a cruise for her 40th birthday, and then obviously that went into November, and then obviously December, it's, you know, you're not working for at least a week of it, so they've not been brilliant months. And then on the top of that, I purchased a van in December, and obviously then into January, the first few weeks are a little bit nil and void, aren't they? So it's massively important to keep the finances flowing and making sure that you've got something there for a rainy day, because van breaks down happens. You know, Dave at Anvil Logistics has had a nightmare with tyres. I know Neil's had some tyres on recently from Neptune Couriers. Check out the channels. So them little things do pop up, and my business is healthy, but it's tight. If anything big pops up, and touch wood, it doesn't, I would have to fund the business, which is something I don't want to do. But that's just the circumstances that I'm in and I've found myself in. And then I've got a VAT refund coming that I'm going to sort out, because yeah, just need to send some information off and sort that out. So big key learning: make sure you've got money to keep your business running. Massively important. So the week's been okay. I've looked back at the figures, and it's actually worked out to be my third best ever month since I've been running. So I can't complain about that. But obviously that money is potentially not in till the end of March. And then the other thing is, that I weren't thinking about, is obviously February is a short month, isn't it? So potentially I'm not getting money in at the end of this month, I'm getting it at the beginning of next month. So yeah, so listen, hope you've enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and keep the channel going. The like button is massively important. It helps all the stuff that goes on behind the scenes and puts the video out there. If you're out and about, just make sure that you do what's right for you. There's no right and wrong way of doing it. Everyone's got their own techniques and their own ways, but I think it's massively important that, as one famous courier says, you do you. You do what's right for you. I'm doing what's right for me at the moment, and that's just getting money back into the business, even though it's coming at a bit of a dead mal lossage. But you've got to balance the pros and cons, and you've got to make it work for you. Anyway, enough from me. Hope you've enjoyed the video, and I'll speak to you all soon.